This is Sean Wells of the International Society of Sports Nutrition. One Life Radio is proud to partner with the ISSN. The ISSN is the world's leading scientific organization dedicated to the science of supplements and sports nutrition. For their latest conferences and events, go to theissn.org. That's the ISSN.org.
Do recent media reports of unvaccinated children causing the return of measles have you worried? Could this manufactured media push be another symptom of the epidemic of fake news plaguing our nation? Let Texans for Vaccine Choice offer this cure for measles mania. 98% of students enrolled in Texas schools are up to date on their measles vaccine. We invite you to learn more about protecting your rights and plan on joining us in Austin at our state capitol on March 28th. As we rally and fight for our freedom. For more information, go to TexansForVaccineChoice.com. Again, that is TexansForVaccineChoice.com.
Did you know a mother rat will dip her paws into cool water and gently smooth the fur around her infants' faces? The babies put their arms around their mother's neck and pay attention while being bathed. Rats and mice fall in love, risk their lives to save their kids, and giggle when tickled. Evan Walker writes of a mouse who died of shock in a trap. His life was a life fully as real to him as ours is to us. This creature, for all the irritation it may have brought as it scampered through closed closets or up some crevice in a wall, was as precious as you or I. He was not a machine that breaks and fails. He felt. His was consciousness, full and real and fragile and precious. This is Ingrid Newkirk with Peter, reminding us that it's easy to be kind, perhaps by not using glue traps.
Welcome back to One Life Radio, everyone. This is Bernadette with Diamond Gray, Aviana Barrientos, Daniel Tague, and Tim McComsey. If you're just now joining us, Tim McComsey is a registered dietitian, National Academy of Sports Medicine personal trainer, and performance enhancement specialist. His specialties are one-on-one training, partner training, and creating custom meal plans. He is the founding owner of TRYM, that's Trim Fitness in Dallas. It is a Dallas premier personal training and nutrition company. He is also an ambassador for Sunwarrior. You can find him at timmccomsey.com. Today we're talking about overcoming an eating disorder. And so I had no idea, Tim, that you had an eating disorder. And I think it's wonderful that you're comfortable enough to speak openly about it on the air. And, you know, my daughter finally came, what do I want to say? How do I want to say this?
She found the light.
She found the light and had the strength to come to me. It was about a year ago, around Christmas time, and told me, and I'll never forget it. And it's hard to even talk about without like wanting to well up here, because she came to me and she said, "Mom, I'm sick. I have an eating disorder and I feel like I'm suicidal. I want to die." And I was like, oh my gosh, I'll never forget it. And we've been on a journey for the last year trying to get her healed. So this is a very big thing for a lot of people out there, and really hits home for you, obviously, having had an eating disorder. What eating disorder did you suffer from, Tim?
The main one was bulimia.
That's the same for my daughter.
Yeah.
So eating disorders, affect almost everyone, they say nowadays. There's so many people that struggle with it, or someone that struggles with it. And as you said, or as we talked about, you once struggled with it. And so can you talk to us about your story?
Yeah, so I grew up playing soccer at a very competitive level, pretty much from like 5 years old on. Around 12 or 13, I started reading fitness magazines and whatnot that I got delivered to the house. And I got so interested in nutrition. So I started eating super healthy and started kind of working out a little bit here and there at 13 years old. I wouldn't eat anything bad. So basically I was just working out all the time, playing soccer all the time, practicing soccer, which I guess we could call it exercise anorexia.
Oh, okay.
And then that led me to my late teens, into my early 20s, which became bulimia. So eventually I was just binging and then throwing up food pretty much a couple times a day from there.
Wow. Wow. Well, I know firsthand it's heartbreaking for everyone that loves you, and especially for the person suffering from it. And it can be so challenging. And so, how did this change? How did this change your fitness journey? Is that how you got into fitness? How did the two connect?
Yeah, I think around 16 or 17, once I started really getting to the weight training part, like I just realized that was my passion. I loved everything, nutrition, everything, working out. And then my freshman year of college, I was going to school in central Pennsylvania for business. And then after that year, I decided, like, for me to be happy, I need to go to a nutrition school, not really knowing what I was getting myself into. So I transferred out to my sophomore year to a nutrition school, and I found a gym there, which is ironic because my dad took me to that gym to see a dietitian back when I was a teenager because they all knew something was wrong. They just did not know what. Mm-hmm. So I started working at that gym, became a personal trainer within 3 months, and the rest is history.
And is that when you feel like you really overcame it, when you really focused on what your body really needed and your mind as well to live a healthy life?
I think there was two things. I had a dietitian friend at the time. She would spend hours after I closed the gym late at night, and she would just, she would be there talking to me about everything. We talked about our feelings and emotions, which is hard for a guy, in their 20s to do stuff like that. But she was basically just saying, like, you can't tell your clients what to do or what to eat or how to work out if you can't do it yourself properly.
Right.
And I think that was eye-awakening. And I think as far as me not feeling good, my throat hurting, not having any energy, not wanting to go out in public, not wanting to be social, was just like, it was just eating me alive. And I think eventually I kind of snapped out of it, but it took a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, I asked my daughter to send me over some thoughts this morning, and she said the best approach is not to ignore the eating disorder individual's presence, but to approach them with a kindness and sensitivity. Let them know that you are glad to see them, avoiding direct comments about their appearance, and communicating compliments that are not related to how they look can be very helpful. Or maybe you have a happy memory that you want to share with them to let them know that they are an important part of your life, or maybe you want to share something interesting that happened to you to help them take off the perceived focus of them and give empathy, not advice. Would you agree with all that?
I agree with all that. I mean, you have to surround yourself, once you come out with it, you have to surround yourself with people who have empathy towards you and who are kind and just super nice to you. Because I remember in my teens, a lot of people saying things to me, not knowing what I was going through, but just saying, like, I just want to hit you in the head to help you snap out of whatever it is you're going through. But they had no idea what I was going through. It's like, I didn't open up about it because I was pretty quiet at the time.
Yeah.
But it's just, that's not the way to do it because you're more strict about it than you want to, because that's what you can control. You control your food intake, you control your exercise. So you just need to surround yourself with people who you trust, who are kind to you, and kind of want to be there for you and want to help you.
Yeah. And I've heard that it's a lifelong process, that sometimes you feel like you want to slip back into it. Is that true?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it was a struggle. I kind of forget a lot about the stuff, but I think I had bulimia for about 4 or 5 years. And I think I'm probably, 9+ years past it. And I don't think about it now.
That's awesome.
But I live a healthy lifestyle. I don't think about throwing up. I don't think about binging.
Right.
I eat in moderation. I drink in moderation. I live life in moderation. It's my thing. It's why I created my company. So, but I think a lot of people still struggle with it for years.
Nice. Well, thank you for sharing the story. And his company is Trim Fitness. And I thank you so much. And thank you for being an ambassador to Sunwarrior. They're one of our biggest sponsors and have been for many years. They've stood by One Life Radio, like the incredible company that they are, just an incredible group of people. Everyone out there, you know what? Thank you so much for listening. We always love to do the show and hope that we helped you in some way, because you get one body, you get one mind, and you get one life. Get out there today and make the most of it.